When you hear the sound of the bell, you know you're in the championship rounds with King Amin of Essex. So let's get to it. Not much I really want to talk about from the fight week, as far as a recap, but I did want to talk about Floyd Scofield Jr., Kid Austin. Very impressive performance. And I just want to mention Golden Boy has a very important piece of real estate in the lightweight division. And they've been trying this a few times before. They tried it in the welterweight division, kind of fucked over Virgil Ortiz with the whole weight issues and the health, just trying to weight drain the man because they wanted to have a piece of the division when it was Spence and Crawford. Golden Boy said, well, we got somebody too, trying to shoehorn Ortiz as a mandatory for Crawford. So now they have a similar situation with a similarly hot division. We're talking about 135, right? Um, you got top rank Shakur and Keyshawn. We'll talk about his value in a minute. Over at top rank, you got PBC. They got a bunch of guys that they've been elevating to 135 whenever Tank need a fight, or however they work that out. But you do got Tank Davis at 135 over there. Undeniably an important piece of real estate in that division. And also Golden Boy. They're like, yo, we need our piece, right? I think Floyd Scofield, Kid Austin is a very talented fighter, and he can do it. I mean, he's got the personality, he's definitely got the skills, and he only has the time to develop. Already a mature fighter. Got the blueprint with the father-son camaraderie. So everything is all set. The only thing that could ruin this one is Oscar and Golden Boy. So again, like I said, I'm not talking about what Ryan has going on, and I'm not trying to put any bad juju on the Schofield's business over at Top Rank. I'm just saying that the business of boxing usually impedes on fighters' ability to showcase how talented they are. So sky's the limit unless something happens with Golden Boy. But I think they have to treat him fairly, because when you're an important piece of real estate, you can't let people throw trash down in front of the building. So the options that they have, I think, Frank Martin, I don't give a fuck what Oscar was saying. Frank Martin and Floyd Schofield is a very good fight. I think it's a more dangerous fight for Schofield than it is Martin, but it's kind of like a fair 50-50. Like if Martin loses, he stands to lose a lot. As far as being, mentioned for Tank or Shakur, whereas Schofield loses, it's kind of like, he's not ready like we thought he was. So think of Erickson Lubin. Erickson Lubin, was holding it down, very much a contender in the 154-pound division, ran into one of the Charlos, had to reset, and then bounced back, went up, fought Fundora. So if you take the risk early enough in your career, it's not such a big deal. All right. In the UK, they got that pattern, but over here, they don't believe in that. So it's kind of annoying, but yeah, Floyd Schofield, Frank Martin, Keyshawn Davis, one of them important pieces of real estate over at Top Rank I talked about. He would like that fight with Floyd Schofield. He said before the end of 2024, early 20, let's do it again. A fight where, should either fighter come out on the losing side, I think Davis has the advantage, by the way. Experience, means a lot. But Austin's got the power, but boxing versus perfect matchup, right? And whoever comes out on the losing side of this one, it's so early in their careers, it's like, yo, they fought each other early, and you get to see how they bounce back mentally as well. So I'm for it. I'm for it. I'm for it. Some people, including myself, believe though that Golden Boy, in order to continue to protect this asset, they're going to fatten up that Certidor, which is William Zepeda. They're going to keep him, looking good, posing and taking pictures with Shakur, and then turn around and then serve him up to Kid Austin. Could see that, because that's the business of boxing. But either way it goes, Floyd, Schofield, Kid Austin, be on the lookout for him. Jersey City, He's out of Jersey City, but I know you're in Austin, Texas. Salute to him. Salute to them. Now, another guy from this weekend past that we have to talk about because his future is looking so bright. Got to wear shades, man. Ryan Rozicki, the Gravedigger, the Undertaker, Jack Dempsey reincarnated. There's not enough I can say about him. You wouldn't believe me if I told you, but if you watch him, you'd understand why I'm saying it. All right. A devastating puncher, a very sly boxer with the lateral movement. Yeah, you're not going to see him, with his hands on the phone. You're not going to see him in the high guard, but you're just going to see him moving and rolling and attacking. Um, and he does it entertainingly. The only loss was to Oscar Rivas, a man that outweighed him probably 30 pounds the night of the fight because he was man enough to go up to Bridgerweight for a title because everybody else has been ducking him. So his opportunity will come against Noel Mikaelian. European fighter, just got the WBC from one of Don King's boys. So hopefully that fight happens. They're talking about some sort of 4th of July weekend a la Jack Dempsey, something or other, Canada. Let's make it happen. Let Rozicki get his shine. Another fighter who has some opportunity after what happened last weekend. We got to talk about Jordan Gill. Again, the poignancy of his win is that not only did he fight off those demons of self-doubt and self-defeat, he also defeated Mick Conlan. So now he's earned a potential opportunity between himself and Zelfa Barrett. Two good fighters. Again, these fighters at this point in their career, no one's concerned about, oh, they already lost or they already did. It's the fight and what it means now for where they're at in their respective careers and the potential opportunities. Again, UK side of things, there's more domestic titles, which makes it more incentivized and exciting. But the fight that these guys are gonna bring because they're battling back. When a guy is like 27-2 or he's only got one loss, he's like, yo, I'm trying to push that loss so far back. Everybody in front of him just has to be attacked. And that's what you get when you're lining people up early in their career. You give them a new hunger, right? Or they double down on it. So that fight happens. You know me, I'm covering all that UK shit, and I will keep you guys tuned in. You have to follow me on IG for that one. Let's talk about current news. PBC and Amazon, I'm cool with it. I'm not gonna get into like the finer details because number one, I ain't sitting in the boardroom with these motherfuckers. The only thing I will tell you is this: PBC of all of the promotional companies has had the least appealing product. As of late, they've been all right. And I've been honest enough to say as much. They've been had some pretty good cards. But it's just like volume. You got too much volume over there, and the fighters are fighting everybody else except each other. They fighting a fighter a division or two below. They're not fighting the guy directly, and there's too much shit going on. Now, as far as visibility, who can beat Amazon Prime? If you turn your Fire Stick on now, everybody know Eddie Murphy got a movie coming out. So maybe that visibility will lend itself to the fighters. But if you read some of the finer points, which is why I said I could be right or wrong, it's only going to be for the pay-per-view event. So is every PBC fight going to be pay-per-view? Or how will these other fighters get their shot? How will they get their work? Well, I happen to believe that in a lot of those situations, the PBC fighters, if the fight is big enough, they're going to have to deal with another promoter, say a Golden Boy, Top Rank, Matchroom, so on. And if the fight is big enough, that fighter's going to have to sign to the opposing promoter for at least a multi-fight deal. So that'll kind of, get them up out of that stable. And I think, honestly, give them some more opportunities, PBC just never has enough of a thorough stable to keep fighters going. So, and I give you an example. When we go into the fight week preview, I'm gonna tell you why. And it would seem like you saw all these guys used to be, yeah. So yeah, the PBC Amazon, just get boxing on television for me. I mean, it behooves me on how PBC could shit the bed with a network like Fox. So whatever, man. Give me the motherfucking fights, however you can do it. However y'all gonna do it, just do it. All right. I wonder if they still got the weasel over there, Steven Espinoza. Curious. But yeah, again, so another example of that. Deontay Wilder, he's talking about he's in a multi-fight deal with Riyadh season, if that's my understanding of it. Again, an example of a PBC fighter. When the bag is better over there, you kind of got to sign over there. They're gonna walk. So now they're gonna start walking you to places. You know, it's almost like if you divorcing your wife, or you leaving your lady and she hook you up. You know, oh, I got a friend for you though. It's a soft landing, or at least it should be. You know, unless she trying to offload you, she trying to put you off on the next joint, or she really trying to give you a safe landing. That's what you want to watch for. All right. So somebody like Subriel Matias, if he really wants that Teofimo Lopez fight, he could find himself over at Top Rank. Will that be, you know, a good hookup, a soft landing, or is she trying to offload me on the next joint? You know, we'll have to see. We'll definitely have to see. Or he could stay in house, Matias, that is, if he gets the Richardson Hitchens fight, you know. We'll see. We'll see. All right. I don't know what else is going on that's really newsworthy, but if it is, y'all tell me, but I ain't fucking with it. But this is what I'm fucking with. Fight week preview. Friday night, we have a Marshall Kaufman and King promotion card. This is out in Philly, out in Bethlehem. I'm sorry. Nowhere near Philly. Trust me, guys. And everybody in Pennsylvania, they'll tell you, I don't want them to get mad at me. Bethlehem. And Jesse Hart is in the main event. Former top rank notable. Then he moved over to PBC, and now he's with King's Promotions. All right. So again, I don't know if that's the business. I'm just saying that's where he's being feet. That's who's putting it on for him. So he's in action. Julian Rodriguez is in action. Jared Hurd, he's in action on this card. We know he was PBC, right? And especially in the beginning, one of the very notable world champions that was holding it down and keeping the action entertaining for PBC, right? So again, now we know he had some you know, personal challenges that kept him out of the ring. And I'm glad to see him back doing what he loves. But again, not with PBC. And I happen to think that PBC is going to be trying to thin out some of that stable. Another prospect they were working with, Trayvon Marshall. I'm not sure what decision, but we seen him on PBC. He's not PBC. He's King from PBC. Y'all got to clear that shit up. Is y'all taking everybody over to Amazon, or what the fuck is y'all doing? I don't know. Francis Oran Jr., he's going to be on this card. Again, you seen him on PBC. Now you see him on King's Promotion. Is he PBC? Is it? I don't know. PBC, you got to clean that shit up. All right. But that's what PBC's doing. That's what's happening this weekend out of Philly. That's on Friday. Saturday is what we're really talking about. All right. Devin Haney, Regis Prograis. Honestly, I think I've given my opinion on this once or twice. It's going to be an entertaining fight. And I can't say I don't care, but I feel like Devin Haney, people love to hate him for whatever reason. And some people, you know, some people upset that he has the fan base that he has. I mean, who gives a shit? I never gave a fuck about hating a particular fighter anyway, you know. He's a young man, you know, and he's got his father by his side. So maybe some people resent that he got his father in his life. I don't know. I had him, you know, I scored Loma 7-5. So again, nothing personal. You know, I'm indifferent as a motherfucker. And I respect Regis, and I like that he come from the grain and all of that. I just think that when it comes down to the skill set in the ring, you cannot be following no man trying to punch him down. You're not going to get Devin Haney like that. And even if some don't think it is entertaining, Devin Haney is going to do his best to avoid any of those traps and to not be a victim to Prograis' power. So you get what you get. I'm watching that shit anyway, motherfucker. I'll be watching York Hall fights. I'll be watching all kinds of shit. So I'm not gonna complain about it either. I'm gonna score it to see if I have any questions or any differences about it. And I'm gonna stand on what I say. And other than that, I don't think there's much cause to hate one fighter more than the other. This ain't a team sport. So you really got to look at yourself when you decide that you hate a man you don't know or you never met. You hate him or you don't like him. You may not like his style, sure, whatever. I don't know. I don't give a shit, whatever. But stop hating these fighters. Pick your fighter and pick him for a good reason. You know, if you like, I like boxers. I say like boxers is like R&B singers for me. You know what I'm saying? Devin Haney, you know what I'm saying? It's an R&B singer. He gonna sing you a melody. You know, I mean, he got a little Chris Brown in him, even if you will, right? You either hate him or you love him, or and that's a great analogy. Devin Haney is like Chris Brown. Some people think he's the greatest of this generation. Like Chris Brown is legitimately the greatest of this generation. And some people they still hate Chris Brown for whatever reason. Some people hate Devin Haney for whatever reason, you know. But we just respect to him, respect to his team, um, and respect to Devin Haney. You know, he's giving up those belts and he's moving on. So the fight I really want to talk about though, Liam Paro versus Montana Love. Now, Liam Paro, he's been injured a few times. He's been trying to get back in the ring to show how skilled he is and that he deserves to be mentioned with the upper echelon of fighters. He's out of the UK. Recently got some sparring work with Shakur Stevenson, right? Um, he's a southpaw. Shakur's a southpaw. So that shows you where he is as far as, you know, respectable skill level. All right. His opponent, Montana Love. Montana Love has had all the opportunity. Let's just say it. Montana Love has been given as much opportunity by Matchroom as Sky Nicholson, but only one of them shit the bed, rolled around in the shit, and then spread eagle with the shit. She shit the bed. And that was Montana Love. All right. Had to fight in Cleveland, totally lost his composure. But again, we've seen more bizarre things happen in boxing. So it's kind of as bizarre as that occurrence was, it would be, you know, kind of like redeeming for him to win. You know, it's kind of like a really righting of the wrongs, right? But I don't think Liam Paro is standing for that. He's even went so far as to call Montana Love mentally fragile. And if you judge Montana Love's performance in the last fight, the way he just kind of lost composure and character, it's a fair point. And I think like this is it. If Montana Love, you know, if he shit the bed this time, he gonna be sleeping outside like the fucking French poodles he be running around with, French bulldogs and shit. In all seriousness, no, Montana Love, he's got to get back on the right track with this one. This is his last opportunity, sure as hell, with Matchroom. And yeah, man, take this shit seriously, bro. All right. Because I'm taking this seriously. All right. This one's going to be a good fight. Andy Cruz is in action on this card. You already know I've covered it to death. I hope she's not covered at the weigh-in. I'm talking about Ebony Bridges is in action on this card. So yeah, you also have what you got? Chris Billum Smith fighting Sunday, cruiserweight champion. That's some UK shit. You stateside, you might not even know who he is, but Chris Billum Smith, CBS, he's in action. He defeated Lawrence Okoli for the WBO cruiserweight title. So he's in action. Another scalp Ryan Rozicki has been looking for. He's in action on a Sunday, on an auspicious day. I'm gonna be tuned in. Some people will be watching football, American football. My Packers are playing on Monday, so I'll be watching Chris Billum Smith. All right. If I missed anything, let me know. Drop a comment, drop a like. It's a championship round. Y'all know what I do. Be sure to check out IG for the full breakdown of the rest of the weekend's action. Check out is an interesting article I retweeted on Twitter about some of the early pioneers of women's boxing. And yeah, man, drop a comment, drop a like, do what you do. This thing of ours, women's boxing, men's boxing, amateur boxing, championship rounds. Get it how you live, baby. We out.